Hello students, my name is Mr. Forestier from Fresno City College and I'm going to be your online instructor for CIT 15. This video is going to work for both of my sections that I'm being offered this summer for CIT 15, so let's get started. Alright, up here I want you to go into the Getting Started page where it says Set Time Zone and Change Student ID. I want to make sure you actually record your official student ID number up here. Obviously it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then come down here and make sure it says specific time. Click on Save, then go ahead and close out that dialog box. Notifications, you can check once in a while. I might have something, but usually I'm going to use emails for notifications, so you should get into the habit of checking your emails every single day. Course materials, you're going to spend a lot of time in course materials as you go through this class, okay? So the first thing is I sent you a welcome email, and that's kind of how you probably got registered to this class and got linked into my IT lab. So a copy of that welcome email is there. There's the course outline that I'm going to go through in just a moment. There's some FAQs that you should go through and familiarize yourself with. You're going to need to have access to Microsoft Office Professional. Here's a link for a 180-day trial that you can get pretty cheap. Copy of the ebook that's required for this class is already embedded once you buy my IT lab. And then you're going to see a breakdown of 6 weeks, one week for each of the assignments that are due that particular week. Okay. So now let's go ahead and get started here with the course outline. I'm going to click on course outline, open that up. Okay. There we go. Okay, up here you have my basic contact information, my email address, so on. Okay. In week 1, you'll see that whatever is due is highlighted here in yellow. The due dates are always going to typically be Saturday by 9 p.m. with the exception of finals week, because this class officially ends on a Thursday during July. But anyway, that's later on, for worry about that. So in week 1, you have a Windows assessment, which is due by Saturday 9 p.m. And then over here you have to read and take the Chapter 1 quiz by 9 p.m. Now, that seems like really easy for week 1, and probably you're starting to feel like, hey, this is going to be a simple class. Well, hold on, man. Take a look at week 2, okay? So week 2, you're going to have to do 4 assessments, okay? 4 trainings, 4 assessments. The assessments are your homework, and take a hands-on test in Microsoft Word for real, as well as cover 4 different chapters that you have to read, and in each chapter, take a chapter quiz, okay? And all of that has to get done, as you notice here, by 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on that Saturday, okay? Look at week 3. Week 3 will be basically the same thing. It'll feel a lot like week 2, only instead of being Microsoft Word and 4 chapters, it'll be a different set of 4 chapters in Microsoft Excel. In week 4, what I did was, because it's Microsoft Access, I broke it into 2 parts. So I have 2 assessments and 2 chapters in week 4, and in week 5 I have the other 2 assessments and 2 chapters for week 5. Then we wrap it up in week 6, where we take the final, and again, the final has to be completed by Thursday, July 26th by 9 p.m., okay, because that's going to be the deadline for that particular week, okay, because that's where it works. All right, now if I scroll down, there are no summer office hours for me. If you want to get a hold of me, the expected response time, I'm usually going to respond within 24 hours, but it's usually Monday through Thursday. I'm not available on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, so if you were to email me on those days, whatever, would not expect to get an email back from me probably until Monday, okay? What's required from this class? You need to have either a PC or a Mac. Probably a PC will work a whole lot better sometimes. If you're going to use a Mac, it's required that you're going to have Boot Camp or VMware. You'll have to figure out how to get that set up on your computer. If you can't do that, then this is a class that you may want to consider waiting until you can have that set up properly on a Mac computer. Okay? You'll need Microsoft Office 2016 for Windows, because it has to have Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. A lot of times and stuff, people say, I have Microsoft Office, they don't have the full package, it doesn't have Access, and then they lose a lot of points in this class because they can't get that stuff done. Reliable high-speed internet access, no problem. The next thing you're going to need is to purchase the My IT Lab course training software, okay, and I put an online access here and a registration. In your welcome email, you will see the course ID with the official numbers, okay, so look for that welcome email from me, and you'll be able to go through that when you actually get registered. Okay, just some more information on that welcome email, if you remember. Tech support. I am not your tech support. If you have computer technical problems and stuff, you need to resolve those on your own. If they're My IT Lab, I strongly encourage you to contact My IT Lab. If you have a problem with your school email or something like that, the school can help you. But I'm not your tech support for this class, so please make sure you understand that. And I want to make sure I'm very clear that technical difficulties on the last day, on the Saturday due dates, is not a valid excuse. Anything that's not done by the Saturday due date ends up getting a 0. So be very clear that this is a 6-week intense short session class. You really have to be on top of it. You got to be proactive to get things done, and give yourself some wiggle room and stuff in case you have some problems at home to be able to get them done in time. If not, then please, you want to reconsider taking this class at this time. As I mentioned, Microsoft Office 2016 for Windows. Again, you can get a 180-day trial, pretty cheap here. Okay, here's a link if you needed help with your email accounts. Attendance in this class, okay, for an online class, basically attendance is taken weekly by your completing assessments and quizzes and tests or whatever. If you don't do anything for a week, then you're considered to be absent. Obviously, if you do 2 weeks where you haven't done anything, you're going to be dropped from this class because, you know what, it's only a 6-week course. Okay, in the first week, if you do not have a registered MyITLab account by Wednesday, June 20th, okay, you're going to be dropped. Okay, you need to have a registered account. You need to have a paid account by that Saturday, June 23rd. You cannot get past week 1 and stuff in this class without purchasing a MyITLab software for this class. Everything's going to be done inside this course. That's a deal breaker, okay, and so you need to make sure you're right aware and stuff. You jump inside that. The MyITLab costs about $80, $90, okay, so it's fairly inexpensive for a simulation and an ebook built in together, okay? All right, if you needed to drop this class, obviously you would drop it before the 50% halfway drop deadline. Here's the breakdown of the grading policies. There's basically 13 quizzes. There are a bunch of homework assessments. Now we have trainings and the assessments. The assessments are the ones I'm actually going to use to record your grades. The trainings I won't. You'll have 3 hands-on tests, Word, Excel, Access, and then you'll have a textbook final of the 13 chapters. Total points, standard breakdown system. Okay. Here's the little discussions about the difference between what a training is and what an assessment is. The basic thing is the trainings are going to help you do the assessments. The trainings will show you how to actually do the problems and solve them step by step. And then the assessments will expect you to say, hey, I already know how to do this. Like say, open a file. In the training, it'll actually say, click here, do that. In the assessment, it'll just say, open the file. Okay, so you got to make sure that you understand that. If you're already a step ahead, fantastic, not a problem. Quizzes are typically multiple choice true false that come from the textbook. Okay, and again, there are hands-on tests for Word, Excel, Access where you're actually going to do that live in Microsoft Word, Excel, and Access. That's why you have to have those 3 programs on your computer in order to do this class. If not, again, once again, if you are not prepared for this class with all the stuff, I strongly suggest that you take this class at a different time. Okay, mention the final. All right, I put all the due dates and stuff. I tried to highlight them yellow. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, so you can kind of see them in the top part of this course outline. Okay, the trainings you can take as many times as you want. I don't record them. They show you step by step how to do something. The assessments you can take a maximum of 3 times, and I'll keep your highest score. Okay, here's my reminders that technical difficulties are not a valid excuse, so please don't wait for the last minute and stuff to get things done, and all of a sudden you have a power outage at your house, or you have a problem with your internet connection or whatever, or there's something going on with MyITLab and you waited for the very last day. Murphy's Law, you're just going to end up getting a 0, so please be proactive for this class. It's only 6 weeks long, and if you want to survive and do a good job, you've got to be on top of it, okay? And if you are, fantastic. All right, please don't cheat in this class. Do your own work and stuff, so cheating, plagiarism is not acceptable. General policy and stuff, I reserve the right to make changes down here. If you need some assistance in the American Disabilities Act, you can contact the school and so on, okay? So that's a copy of your course outline at this particular point. Let me come back up here to the course materials section here. Again, the breakdown here from week to week, okay? Everything is inside here. So for instance, if we go into week 1, okay, in week 1, as I open this folder, you'll have weekly announcements. So in the weekly announcements folder, you should always review everything that's in this folder, watch any kind of videos that are linked inside this folder, okay, before you get started that week. It's kind of a catch-all, say, hey, what to expect. And a lot of times I'll point out things in the schedule. Maybe you've already figured it out by looking at the course outline. This is a good place for you to make sure you double check everything, okay? Come back over here, and again, the breakdown will say, hey, look, there is a Windows training and a Windows assessment. Notice that the assessment schedule date is only available. The trainings are available all the time, so you can work ahead if you want to work on the trainings, but the assessments and the tests or whatever are week to week scheduled, so they're limited that way. Okay. Here's that copy of that PowerPoint that you can overlook chapter 1. Here's the actual link to the ebook to read chapter 1 for real, and then here's the link that you actually take the quiz, and again, you have to take that quiz by that deadline. Look at this week. The deadline is what? It's going to be June 23rd, which is a Saturday, by 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please, please, please don't wait to the last moment. So again, every week is going to kind of look and feel pretty much the same. Week 2, 3 are going to be a lot of work. Week 4 and 5 is going to be kind of split up, access over 2 weeks. When you want to check your grades from time to time, if you go to the grades tab, you'll have the grades here, okay, that it'll break down by week, and you can actually look at each individual score by week. And then every so often I will do a custom view where I'll kind of just lump just the graded assignments, okay, just the graded quizzes and the test all in one place, and then I'll send you a progress grade to say, hey, this is what your grade should be to date. Okay, this way you have an idea of how you're going. Again, here is a link, direct link to the ebook in case you want to just jump here rather than drilling all the way through the tabs. And then for some reason you wanted a hard copy of the book, you can get it at a discount with this link here before. So hopefully this has been a good introduction here. You know, again, you will spend a lot of time in the course materials area here. Okay, and I look forward to helping you out, and let's have a good summer. All right, bye-bye.